Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Promoted Sandra. If this is the first time you are coming across this channel, thank you very much for stopping by. If you are a returning subscriber, hi. Here on this channel we do everything related to fashion, beauty, lifestyle and skincare. So if you're interested in any of these categories, do well to join the family by clicking the subscribe button. So in today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys how to make a flare gown with a halter neck. Okay, for us to make this beautiful dress you are seeing on the screen, so we are going to be making use of this Ankara, then this black Duchess. This is what we are going to be using on the neck, the armhole area, and also as the belt. Okay, this is a zip we are going to be using. Okay, so I'm going to be adding zip at the back side of this dress. So before I continue, I really want to appreciate you guys for all your support so far, for the likes, your comments, your views and all that. I do really appreciate it. We just hit 3,000 subscribers. Thank you very much. If you end up enjoying this video, do well to like, leave your comments at the comment section. This really encouraged me a lot. Please do it to always leave your comments. If the video was helpful to you, just leave a comment. And if you have any questions, let me know at the comment section. I will definitely reply. And don't forget to also help me share on other social media platforms. Share with your friends who are also fashion designers. Okay, so without further ado, let us dive into this video. This Ankara fabric is 3 yards. This is perfect for us to do what we want to do. If you are very fat and tall, you can make use of 3.5 yards or 4 yards depending on what you want. Okay, so what I'm just going to do now is to fold this into two. I've gone ahead to fold it into two. This is it. So the end part meeting the other end part like this. So once you're done folding it, you're going to have something like this. Okay, so once I was done folding it like that, you can see the label side is at the top, while this part that is closed like this. So you're just going to take it, so you will take this side to come and meet this other side. Just watch out what I'm doing. Like this, I will fold it like this. This side will come and meet this other side. Just fold it like this. So this is how it's going to look like once you are done folding it. Okay, so if you notice this end part here, I did not take it to the end, like, so I shifted it back. Why? Because I'm going to be using this side as the back. Remember I said we are going to be adding zipper to the back. Okay, so this is going to be serving as the back, while this is going to be serving as the front. That's why I went ahead to fold it like this. So the next step is you go ahead to take your measurement from this folded side. Okay, don't take your measurement, any measurement you are going to be taking should not be taken from this back side. Okay, so you are going to be taking all your measurement from this center front. I'm going to be taking my shoulder measurement. Okay, my shoulder is 7, so I'm just going to take it like this. Okay, right now I have 7 over here, so I'm just going to mark a straight line across like this. So our measurement is going to be starting from this part. Okay, so if you have ruler, go ahead to use your ruler to make it straight. So the next thing I'm going to be doing is to impute my bust point measurement. So from my shoulder to my bust point is 9. I'll go ahead to impute 9, just like this. So I'll take my ruler and mark it like a straight line across. Then from this chest line, I'll go up by 1 inch. Okay, so this 1 inch is going to be serving as my chest line. So the next thing I'm going to be doing is to impute my neck measurements. So the wideness of the neck is going to be 3. I'm going to be making it 2.5. The reason is because we are cutting this directly on our fabric. Then for the depth, I will mark 2.5 as well. So my neck depth is supposed to be 3, but I'm going to mark it 2.5, so that once we are done sewing it, we will end up having 3. So I will just go ahead and use my French curve to join the points together. For the back, we are going to take our back depth. The back depth is going to be 1.5, but I will go ahead to mark just 1. So for the back, make sure you take it from here to the zipper allowance, while for the front we just end it here. So the next thing we are going to be doing is to come to this chest line and impute our bust measurements. My bust is 36. 36 divided by 4 is going to give me 9. So I'll go ahead to mark at 9 here, just like this. I will join from this point to this point. Okay, so this is what we are going to have, just like this. So the next thing we are going to be doing is to take the length of our gown. The length of my gown is 42. If you check the gown, you're going to see that there's gather at the down. So I'm going to be making use of 5 inch for that. 5 minus 42 is going to give me 37. So I'll go ahead to mark 37. So as you can see, this is not up to 37, is 36. Okay, so what I'm going to be doing is I'll go ahead to mark out the 36, then make the down part, that is the gather part, 6 inch to complete it. And in case probably you want to take your own to maybe 38, 39 and your fabric is looking like this, you can go ahead to take it and cut it out. Once you are done cutting it out, you will cut from the remaining part of your fabric and use it to complete it. This is normal when you are cutting flared using this pattern. Okay, so I will just go ahead to use 36. I will mark it out. So for me, I don't want to combine my own. Since it's just 1 inch, there's no need of combining it with 1 inch. So let me just add it to the flare. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to be doing is to determine the wideness of my flare when it comes to this other side. Remember, we've already imputed our bust measurement. So the next thing we are going to be doing now is to impute our sewing allowance. So I'm going to be adding 1 inch to this bust line as my sewing allowance. Okay, so what I'm going to be doing is to extend this armhole to this 1 inch here that I just added as my sewing allowance. I'll go ahead to use my ruler like this and just mark. I'll just place it slant. I will just make it slant. I will not place it like this. Okay, if you place it like this, that means you want it to be straight. Because this is a flare gown, I'm not going to be placing it like this. I will place my ruler like this to make it slant. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to be doing now is to come back and measure, from here. I will place my tape here, then I will take it down to this part. Okay, what I have here is 35.5, almost 36. Remember, I'm still placing my tape at this shoulder line. I will still place it like this. I will shoot it down and mark out that 35.5 round. I will keep marking it 35.5 like this. I will still come. So I've gone ahead to mark out all the points. The next thing I'm going to be doing is to join the points together just like this. I hope you guys are seeing me just like this. Let me shift it up a little. So the next thing I'm going to be doing is to cut this out. Then I will cut out this side. Okay, so first of all, I'm going to be cutting at the back just like this, everything. Okay, so once you are done cutting at the back, then you will now raise the front like this. You separate the front from the back, then you go ahead to cut the front. So this is going to be the front and this is going to be the back. So here is what we have already. So the next thing we are going to be doing is to cut out the piping for the hand. So this is going to be 1 inch wide. So the next thing I'm going to be doing is to go ahead to turn my armhole. Okay, so what I'm going to be doing is the right side of this duchess, that is the right side, is going to be facing the wrong side of this akara. So we'll just place it like this, just like as you can see me doing. So you go ahead and sew it. You just take it to your sewing machine and sew it. Okay, from this point to this other point. So once you are done sewing it, then you will not turn it. You turn it and fold it. You fold the edge a little. You just fold it a little. Then use it to cover it like this. Once you are done turning it like this, then you now top stitch on it. You now sew it. So I'm just going to go ahead to do this for the front and back. So the next thing I'm going to be doing is to cut the band for the neck. Okay, I've gone ahead to measure out my neck, and my neck measurement is 17. So to do that, you place your tape on your neck round, then you take your round neck measurement. 17 plus 1 inch sewing allowance that is going to be 18. I went ahead to fold my fabric into 2. So 80 divided by 2 is going to give me 9. So I'll just go ahead to mark out 9. So I'll go ahead to mark out 4 inches just like this. So once I'm done with that, I'll go ahead to join the points together like this, because I want it to be straight. I've gone ahead to sew it, so this is how it's looking. Okay, I also did the same thing for the back. Okay, this is it. So for the back, I went ahead to fold in the zip allowance. As you can see, I went ahead to fold it in there. I measured the neck to make sure it's accurate. At the same time, I didn't want to have excess space at the neck over here. This is very, very important. So measure it and fold the remaining one inside, which is going to be serving as the zipper allowance. There is one thing I quickly want to say. This is just an advice. So if you're using stretchy material, I will advise you gum light gusty on it or cloth stay, just to avoid stretching. The reason why I'm saying this, in case you're using Duchess or any stretching fabric or stretching material, when you are sewing it, you are certainly going to have like excess. It's not going to be balanced. I want to gum light gusty on it to make it firm, to stop stretching. So that is how I ended up getting this neat sewing that I have over here. So for the neck, because it's stretching, as I earlier said, very stretchy, I also went ahead to gum the light gusty on it just like this. So this is it. So I also went ahead to fold it in with 1/2 inch. Remember, we are going to be sewing, attaching this to the neck, so we don't want something that is going to make it imbalance or, you know, flopping around and all that. So I went ahead to just fold in 1/2 inch from the right side and from the left side. Once I was done folding it in, so I went ahead to make the two equal like this. Then I ironed it out with my iron. So the next thing I'm going to be doing right now is to take this to my sewing machine, and I will turn it like this. I'll go ahead to sew here with 1/2 inch. I'll also sew this other side with 1/2 inch. So I've gone ahead to sew it. This is how it's looking. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to be doing is to fold it into two like this and mark out the center. So this is the middle. I will just notch it like this. So now that I'm done notching the center, the next thing I'm going to be doing is to, I'll go ahead as well to notch the center of this as well. I'll notch the center. So guys, before we attach the band to the neck, the first thing we are going to be doing is to join the back like this together. Then I'll also attach my zip. So this is it. I've gone ahead to sew my zipper on it. Okay, so this is how it's looking. I left some space here, so this is where I'm going to be attaching the plenty at the down. Okay, so when we get to this extent, you will know. I will show you guys. So I'll go ahead to turn at the back like this. So once I'm done turning it, please pay attention to what I'm doing here. I will pin this together like this. I will use my pin to secure it. Then I will just take it around like this. I will just keep pinning it to it. So now that I'm done attaching the front to the band, the next thing I'm going to be doing is to attach the back. So this is the back. I'm just going to go ahead to open up the zip a little. Then I will turn the right side. The right side is going to be facing the right side of the front. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to be doing now, just watch out what I'm doing. I will take this end like this, I will turn the back like this. Just see how I am turning the back. I will turn it like this, then bring the zipper side to the end over here and place it on it. Then once I was done placing it, I will start pinning it together. So when you are doing this, you just need to be very careful. So just take your time and do it. Okay, so this is how it's going to be looking. Then I will turn it back like this again. So this is it. The next thing I'm going to be doing now is to turn it like this. Can you see? This is the band. I will just turn it like this to come over and meet this one. Just make sure you arrange it and carefully pin it. Okay, so I'm done pinning it. what I'm going to do now is to take this to my sewing machine and sew it like this. I'll just sew it from where we ironed, okay, from that line on the band. We'll just sew it with 1/2 inch round, okay. So you just sew it round, sew it round. Then once I'm done doing that, I will come back and show you guys the next thing to do. So this is it. I've gone ahead to sew it, okay. This is how it's looking. I'm just going to turn this. I'll just turn it out. So there is one thing I want to quickly say. You can go ahead to shape yours before you start joining the neck if you want to, but for me, I just decided to join the neck first before I shaping it. So I'm just going to go ahead to zip up the zip. So this is it. This is how it's looking, okay. So the next I'm going to be doing is to turn it over like this to the front side. I will use my pin to pin it down, okay, just like as you can see me doing like this, okay. So once you are done pinning it down, so you now take it to your sewing machine and sew it close to the edge like this and sew it round to this other side. So I'm just going to push this in and sew it. So once I'm done sewing it, I will join the back and the front together, okay. So I'll come and show you guys the next thing to do. So I've gone ahead to sew this, okay. This is how it's looking. So at the back here, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be attaching hook over here to hook it together, okay. So this is how it is. Just go ahead and iron it. The last thing I'm going to be doing now is I'm going to be sewing the belt for the waist, and also I'm going to be attaching the pleating to the down. So for you to know the amount of fabric you are going to be using for the down, you go ahead, remember we did not lock the end part. This is the end part. You go ahead and use your tape and to measure it round, okay. Just this is 1 yard. So this is almost 3 yards. So we are going to be cutting out ×2 of what we measure. So I've gone ahead to sew it and drape it. Man guys, there are a lot of journey. If you want to make this dress, I would just advise you make use of 4 yards and half if you to avoid storage and touch. The other thing I also went ahead to do was to turn the down so that it will be neat. So this is what I'm going to be doing. I will just go straight to my machine right now. I will just go ahead to start pleating on it, okay. So I will just do the pleating and pleat on it from the start of this place to this other end, okay. Once I'm done sewing it, I'll sew this place, okay. I will just sew it like this from this point to this end. I will lock it. So this is it. I've gone ahead to sew it, okay. So the last thing I'm going to be doing now is to cut out the band for the waist, okay. This is the right side, this is the wrong side, so I'll fold it to the right side like this. Then I'll go to my sewing machine and sew it. Once I'm done sewing this place, then I will sew it like this. I will sew it straight here to this end. So I'm not going to be locking here. I will turn it out from this end. So guys, this is it. So I've gone ahead to sew it and turn it out. The last thing I'm going to be doing here is to fold it inside with 1/2 inch like this. I'll take it to my sewing machine and lock it up. So guys, we come to the end of today's video. This is the beautiful gown of the dummy on my dummy. All right guys, so if this video was really helpful, don't forget to join the family by clicking the subscribe button, turn on post notification, leave your comments at the comment section. See you on my next video. Bye.